Alright ladies, when you picture the kind of men that you want to be with, I'm sure that you imagine someone you see as high value, right? A man who invests in the relationship, stays consistent, and makes you feel at peace. So then the question is, wouldn't you also want him to see you that way, to experience you as high value in his eyes? Now, let me clarify that your worth as a human being is never up for debate, okay? That is unshakable, but what I'm talking about today is how you are experienced in romantic relationships, because whether you realize it or not, the smallest habits can shift how men perceive you. Some habits slowly lower attraction and other ones deepen his commitment and willingness to invest in you. I'm Ismael Gomez, and in this video I'm going to walk you through 7 micro habits that prove your potential as a high value woman. And these are not about chasing or performing, they're about carrying yourself in a way that naturally commands respect and devotion. That being said, if you feel that you tried everything that you see in these kind of videos, but you still end up with men who waste your time or send you mixed signals, chances are that you're still stuck in old patterns running in the background that keep leading you to the same results. So if you're kinda curious about how to finally shift those patterns and attract lasting commitment, you have a chance to book a free clarity call with me today. Just drop a comment with the word ready and I'll reply with a link to book it so we can go over your situation and see if coaching is the right next step for you. And now let's get into point number 1 of this video. Number 1, you stay rooted in your own energy. One of the most powerful micro habits that you can embody is your ability to stay anchored in your own energy. And what does that mean? It means that you don't let someone else's emotional state dictate your own. Think about how many times you have lowered your standards just to hold on to someone. And here's the paradox with all of this. The less you try to manage his emotions or bend to meet his every demand, the more he feels compelled to manage himself around you. Now, this doesn't mean being cold or dismissive, okay? You can still offer warmth, empathy, and support, but you can listen without absorbing and you can care without collapsing. So whenever you interact with a man, always ask yourself this: am I responding from my own beliefs and standards, or am I performing to get his affection? I was actually discussing this with a client yesterday. I was telling her that if you truly want commitment, you can't surround yourself with casual men. And if you choose casual connections, even as a distraction, okay, don't expect commitment to grow from them. The way that you show up in the world is exactly what you attract. So act like a committed woman and you will attract commitment. Number 2, you don't announce boundaries, you embody them. One pattern that I see quite often is women trying to announce their boundaries instead of embodying them, okay? And understand that boundaries are not about convincing someone, they're about showing them through action. I mean, I see this all the time in my coaching. People think that they're setting boundaries, but what they're really doing is projecting resentment. And I'm going to show you an example, okay, from someone from inside one of my programs. She sent me a screenshot of her dating profile and look what she wrote. I'm not here for hookups or having fun, so if you're not serious, don't even bother. Now, on the surface, this seems like she's simply trying to filter and find alignment, but underneath it, it also gives off a negative and resentful energy. Instead of drawing men in, it makes them feel like they're walking into a situation where they have to prove that they're not one of the bad ones. And again, this can come from a good place, okay, trying to protect yourself, but this can turn people off. Instead of creating clarity, this kind of language can push away the very type of men that you're trying to attract. Number 3, you receive without guilt. How many times has someone given you a compliment and your first instinct was to downplay yourself? You say, oh thanks, but it's nothing, right? Or someone gives you a gift and instead of simply receiving it, you feel the pressure to repay them with something even bigger. And this may seem harmless, but what it really communicates is resistance. Resistance to worthiness and resistance to being seen. Men are deeply wired to want their contributions to matter. So if you can receive, you block that exchange, and over time he's going to feel that his investment is unnecessary. I find so many of you ladies struggle to receive because you've been conditioned to overgive. So when someone gives you freely, it triggers discomfort. This is what creates polarity and balance in relationships. Your ability to open up and enjoy what's offered to you without strings, without guilt, actually invites more giving, because people, and especially men who are interested in you, they're going to enjoy investing in someone who shows that their effort truly counts. Number 4, You don't hide your preferences. When you know what you truly want in relationships and in love, okay, you have to be okay with communicating those things. Think of it like when you're ordering at a restaurant. If you tell the waiter, I'll just have whatever you have, the best dish. Like, you might get something that you don't even like. But when you say, I'll have the chicken with the extra lemon, you're far more likely to enjoy your meal. Life and relationships work the same way, okay? If you don't voice your preferences, you leave your satisfaction up to chance. And there will be moments when people are going to question those preferences. They're going to tell you, well, that's wrong. It's wrong that you think this way. It's wrong that you want that thing. But you have to really, stay centered and be like, this is what I value and this is what is important for me. And guess what? It is subjective to everyone, okay? Nobody's right and wrong. You choose what you want and you go and get it. Number 5, you build financial independence. Financial independence is not just about money, it's also about freedom of choice, okay? When you know that you can pay your own bills or make investments, you move differently in relationships. It's going to shift the whole dynamic. And this is something that a lot of modern men complain about, right? Because now the field is more equal and they have to put in more effort and they don't like this. I mean, my partner and I, we always talk about these things that the moment that you don't stay with a man because you have to, you stay because you choose to. And that choice is powerful because it completely eradicates the silent fear that keeps so many women stuck. What if I can't afford to leave? And again, men can sense that. A woman who's secure in her own foundation, she's going to signal that she's with him out of desire and not dependency. Now, I understand that this is not easy for everyone, ladies, okay? I was raised by a single mom and I know firsthand how challenging it can be. But what I also want you to remember is that when you choose the right man, everything in your life multiplies, okay? Your joy, your stability, and yes, even your opportunities to build wealth for yourself and your family. Number 6, you don't take yourself too seriously. When you laugh at yourself in a grounded way, when you signal that a stumble or a mistake doesn't throw you off balance, that projects an energy that you're comfortable in your own skin. Like the other day, my partner spilled juice all over the floor, okay? So when I walked in, I just found her cleaning the floor and laughing at her own clumsiness. And this shows that your confidence is not fragile. It doesn't depend on looking flawless or getting everything right. It comes from a deeper place, knowing that your value is not tied to perfection. People always enjoy being around someone who doesn't turn every imperfection into a crisis, because in the end, the ability to laugh at yourself comes from self-respect and not insecurity. And final, number 7, you treat your yeses like currency. The word yes is not simply just a word, okay? It is access to your time, to your energy, your presence, and when you hand it out easily, it loses weight. Like the other day, I was having a consultation with someone, and when I come to the screen, she's really happy. So I say, hey, what's going on? Why are you so happy? And she was telling me that the men that she was seeing actually asked her to be exclusive and delete their dating apps. And without hesitation, she said yes. And I know that this sounds really romantic, okay? But it skipped a really important step, and that is clarity. She never asked him, what does exclusivity mean to you? Or why do you want to be exclusive with me? And those questions are not interrogation, okay? They are reflection. They help you understand the depth of his intention, and they ensure that your yes is not blind. Alright ladies, I hope this video gave you a new perspective on the small but powerful micro habits that can change everything. The way that you carry yourself, the energy that you hold, and the actions that naturally inspire a man to step up. And again, for those of you who want more than just watching videos, if you're ready to attract lasting commitment with a man who's not going to waste your time or send you mixed signals, this is your opportunity. Just drop a comment with the word ready and I'll reply with the link to book your free clarity call with me. And on that call, we're going to discuss your situation and see if coaching is the right fit for you. Anyways, thank you for subscribing to my channel, and remember that for your relationships to change, you need to change, okay? Have a beautiful day.